related to you. I said, I am not related to her, but I am very close to the family. So Mr. Matthew was very close to me, and he always used to call me AJ. He was the first person ever to call me AJ, and I always called him Mr. K.K. Matthew. I was very friendly with him. He was also very friendly with me. I was a supporter of all his activities. We encouraged him. There was never a clash between us, except perhaps on certain issues we might have had differences of opinion. And I must also tell you that I have worn different hats in my life. I have worn different hats in my life. Just now Dr. George mentioned that this picture was clicked by me. I have also played one role of a marriage broker. And that marriage was, Mr. Matthew had a marriageable daughter, and I had a friend who had a marriageable son. So I thought they would match her. So I proposed, and the marriage took place. And on the marriage day, I mentioned a note to Mr. Matthew's daughter, Virka Sumangiri Bhava. And I am very happy that the marriage is stable, steady, and she is in a very good married life. So Mr. Matthew and we had this kind of relationship, and I also must tell you, once he wanted a particular award. He applied for a particular award, and there was a statutory award. Some statutory requirement was there. One was to provide a biography. So he asked me to write his biography. So I wrote Mr. Matthew's biography, and it has been pending with him, and he submitted it. Of course, unfortunately, he did not get the award. But a better award reached his younger brother. His younger brother got a better award. That is a separate issue. But when he did not get that, and I was keeping that biography with him, I was wondering, what would I do with the biography? So when Deepali's 40th anniversary was celebrated, I got the biography printed and distributed in the audience. All the people, about 1,000 people that attended the meeting, and everybody got a copy of his biography that I wrote, and of course with his concurrence, and we had also seen the copy before I got it printed. So Mr. Matthew has always been a good friend of mine, and I have also been a good friend of him, and I must mention many things about him. One was his integrity. I never questioned his integrity. As far as integrity was concerned, he was number one. And also another thing which I noticed was his ability to strike relationships. I remember once the editor of the London Times came to Delhi, and the program was organized by Malayalam Panorama. And there was a lecture, a prestigious lecture in a 5-star hotel. So Mr. Matthew told me that he would like to attend the meeting. I said, okay, I will arrange it. So I arranged an invitation for Mr. Matthew, and we both went to the hotel to hear the bhashan by the editor of the London Times. And Mr. Matthew did not know any person there, but within 1 or 2 hours that we spent there, I noticed that Mr. Matthew had this much of visiting cards from all the people who had assembled there. And he has struck up, friendship and conversation with, a lot of the people, whereas I knew only one of the people there. So I realized that, his ability to meet people, his ability to make public relations a great asset for the organization. That is what I learned from him. So I learned many things. Mr. Matthew was a wonderful person, and when I was in Kerala, one day when I heard that his wife was not well, she had met with a small accident. So I and my wife, I was driving to some place. When I heard it in the car, we drove straight to his house, and that is when I took this particular picture. I was very happy to meet him, and of course I came back. Unfortunately, his wife did not stay for long, and she died. I wrote an obituary about her at that time, and subsequently when he passed away, also I wrote a long obituary about Mr. Matthew. Let me also, before I conclude, let me also tell you something very personal. What I want to say is, there is a Sanskrit saying that you should not trust anybody with your book, any of your books or your wife. This is a Sanskrit saying. So one day, Mr. Matthew approached me. Mr. Philip, I am planning to go to Holy Land. Would you like to come? I had just received an invitation to a place in the same region. So I thought it would be pointless to waste money. I said, how is the program? He said, his wife is also there. I said, my wife would also like to come. So I sent my wife with him to the Holy Land. A few months later, or maybe 1 year later, again he called me. He said, Mr. Philip, I and my wife are planning to go to China because he has visited many countries, but he has not visited China. So would you like to come? I said again, I have visited China twice I visited China. So there was no point in wasting my money. But I will send my wife with you. So my wife was able to go to China with Mr. T.K. Mathew and Mrs. Mathew. And that is how she went there and she saw China. And this was immediately after the Chinese Olympics, Peking Olympics. So all said, Mr. Mathew was a great person. I consider him a guide and a guru for me in many respects. Well, I learned many things about NGO management. I was throughout a journalist. I was never an NGO person, I was throughout a journalist. But I learned many things about the NGO sector, about NGOs, etc. from my association with him. And before I conclude, let me also tell you that I always believed in the fourth estate, not in real estate. Why I say is this, because at one time Mr. Mathew persuaded me to buy a plot of land in Busberti. So he said, if you invest there, you will be able to make a lot of money after some time. I said, okay, but I don't have money and I am not interested because I am more interested in fourth estate. That's why I did not, of course I did not have money also, there is a second issue. That is why I could not invest money there. So as I look back, Mr. Mathew was a great person and his Mrs. Mathew was very dear to us, and we also considered him lucky and privileged to be associated with him for a long time. I was president of Deepalaya for about 18 years, and it's God's choice that I succeeded him as chief executive also. And I'm grateful to Deepalaya for giving me this opportunity. And as I take leave of this guys, let me say a word of prayer for the glory and for the glory of Mr. T.K. Mathew. May God bless us all. Thank you.